In this fourth video of my Bronson Tribute Bike build, I will be focusing on the front fender. It is unusual to see a chrome front fender on a Harley, but that's what Bud Eakins and his brother Dave decided to do when they built the original Bronson bikes. Bud, being a Triumph dealer and familiar with British Wassel style fenders, I guess decided to go that route. Plus, they could engineer a front fender to accommodate any size front wheel and tire. In order to mount this type of fender, custom fender struts had to be fabricated out of aluminum strap metal. I am lucky to have a friend, Billy, that knows how to make exact duplicates of the two struts that I needed. Once the struts are measured, I had to cut them to the right length with a hacksaw and drill holes in them to mount to the forks and the fender. The length of the two fender struts is determined by how much space you want between the tire and the fender. I went with 1 1/4 inches. I rounded off the ends of the struts even though you can't see them when mounted. Billy made 2 mounting brackets that attached to the bottom of each fork, allowing the fender strut to bolt up to the fork. The fender itself had to be shortened a few inches at the bottom to give it the right look, and 2 holes drilled. I slightly rounded that cut to match the fender on the original Bronson bike. The total length of the front fender is approximately 27.5 inches. When mounted, the upper strut parallels the forks and the bottom strut parallels the ground. The next process was to polish the aluminum to make it nice and shiny. I then attached the fender to the struts with 2 bolts and 2 acorn-style nuts, just like the original Bronson bikes. You'll notice I cut the bottom of the fork boots and made them a little shorter. They were way too long. At certain angles in the pilot movie and the TV show, you can see a lot of space between the fender and the tire. This was to accommodate the larger trials type semi-knobby tires used in some of the off-road scenes. Here are some photos of the original Bronson bike front fender from different angles. In this photo, you can see where the fender slid back a little by looking at the angle of the struts and the large gap between the fender and the tire at the front. So that's pretty much how you build a front fender for a Bronson replica. And as a bonus to this video, I got the gas tank, fender, and my helmet back from the paint and body shop. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you liked this video, and stay tuned for video 36, where I will continue the build process of my Bronson Tribute Bike. And as Bronson used to say, hang in there.